How long have you known each other?
20 years.
You sure?
All my life?
Yeah, all my life.
Yeah.
24 years.
24 years, yeah.
Because you're 24.
Since when?
Since I know you.
Since 2001. Both of us are actually first love.
21 years. We were 6.
5 lah.
6 lah. Dance class 6.
Since I was born, actually.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Should we say his age then?
Too long. That's how long.
Yeah, that's more than a quarter of a century.
27 years.
We met at Temple of Fine Arts in our dance school.
Yeah.
And then we ended up being primary school mates and then secondary school mates.
Yeah.
And then she never left me.
What do you remember about the first time you met each other?
I remember what you did when I order wanton mee, you also order wanton mee. Whatever I order, you also order. So annoying.
Every day eat one time.
But you also stick to it.
You were long and pink.
I was long
You're
and
still pink. But yeah, the biggest in the whole ward. And all the other Indian mothers came to see who this woman was that had this big, long baby.
I was 3 at that time.
Yeah.
I don't remember. My first memory of her was like I was playing the cassette. I have to climb out on some bangku and then 绑在那歌 because mommy was like, oh, 你使去绑喺你泥娃娃學 Sarah 聽。You know that song 泥娃娃? And then she'll be on the Yona, and then ill her.
From a guy school, we suddenly have a lot of girls join in our class. Then you were the one a bit special for me lah.
I think it has to be when I was two years old. I was on the flight to Indonesia. I remember the flight there and the flight back, and I was always in your arms. I felt loved. I felt comfort. Like I felt safe. That was my first memory of you.
Okay.
2 years old.
It was the first dance class that I was going to. She was already there. And she was the only Chinese girl there.
Oh my gosh.
So that's how I remember her. She was the only Chinese girl there. You know, Indian traditional dance, every one of us were Indians there. And I'm like, what is this Chinese girl doing in the middle? Then I found out that she's Punjabi.
If you had to describe each other as an ice cream flavor,
What would it be and why?
I thought of something very funny.
Insult me,
I was gonna insult you. I think you are more like a pistachio. Because you know, like kueh kapek, right? You're very Chinese. And then I feel like she got mixed a bit like chocolate orange firecracker. Why firecracker? Because she's quite fun to be around with. But I'm the fun sibling.
Hazelnut. Do you like drinking hazelnut coffee or things like that?
I feel like you're kind of like mint chocolate chip. Refreshing, you.
Cheese ice cream. You like cheese?
No, I like strawberry. I say durian. Wait, not cause smelly, but it's in a quiet taste. It's either you like her or you don't like her. And when you eat it, there must be a little like kick.
Mint chocolate chip. So minty on the inside and chippy on the outside.
I think Lavinia would be mint chocolate chip because she likes mint. And I never understand why she likes mint. I like mint.
Nice lah.
unicorn. You special.
That sounds like me.
Yeah.
That really
You
sounds like
special
me.
like that.
What do you value most in your relationship with each other?
That I can be honest with you about anything, everything, even if it's things that kids don't normally talk to their parents about. I can talk to you about anything and be honest about it, and I think that's what I appreciate most.
There were like many instances in my life that I was judged by everyone. Like for instance, my wedding, but Lavinia was there for me, and she came back all the way from Singapore. When there were a lot of them who were not there that I was close to. So, but she was there. But even now, through it all, I know she's there.
What do I appreciate about you? You being able to talk to me.
Okay.
The time that we can be together and our kids.
So I'll pay you now.
Friends with benefit, right?
No.
You go out and then I pay for you, right?
No. Oh my god.
Yeah, for me, it's companionship. I feel like, tell the truth, without her, right, I feel very like lonely.
I feel like Darshni and I were very similar growing up, and then we became very different. But in the process, it's like nothing changed, and I think that's the thing that I value, is that we can like not talk to each other for a long time, and then we'll call and still be exactly the same, and it's almost as if we've developed our own language.
What's the worst argument you have had with each other?
Wow.
One afternoon, you came over and we started drinking at noon. Unfortunately, I've always been very liberal and accommodate, and I've allowed you to drink, and you poured yourself way too many drinks. Then we went out to straight ski. You were pissed drunk by then, but you refused to go home. We went out for dinner, and then you started talking loud and fighting, and you walked off. Guess what? Who did you call and complain about me? Yeah, and she poor girl was in Singapore and she has to go, Auntie, why you abandon Sean? So she's been our bridge for a long time. But that's, I think, to me, that's the worst thing. It made me feel so bad for so long. And you were upset with me for a long time.
It was my fault. And I wasn't even talking to you during Christmas. That was broke your heart. I'm sorry.
During our second miscarriage, that time when I need more time from you to accompany me, probably that was the time that I think is the worst argument ever. I suffer a lot of pain. We talk lesser and lesser at that time, seriously, because we don't have the motivation and dare not even think for the next pregnancy. So it's quite very painful. Even until today, I think over it. It's not easy. I can only say we've been through a lot. Time heals us. I would say time heals us.
What is your most treasured memory of each other?
Last time when I was studying in Terengganu, you wrote a lot of letters.
That was the time facing a lot of difficulty in terms of the means of communication. You need to really pay a lot of money just for the public phones.
My favorite memory of you is when you were in kindergarten and it was Father's Day, but I'm a single mom, so everybody had to make Father's Day cards. So you made a very nice Father's Day card, which I had for a long time. And it says to me, because you're my mother and father all in one. Had that for a long time, but someone stole this briefcase of mine and it was in there and I don't have it anymore, but memory is still there.
I think performing would be my most treasured memory with her. That we had the stage together many times, and we still want to, but we never find the time.
Yeah.
I was doing sports and everything always, right? We had a sports day and it was my relay running. I looked at the stands and you weren't there, but by the time I finished the race, you were there cheering me on, and that I won't forget. That was nice.
What is the one thing that you want to say to each other but haven't?
We grew up very poor. It's hard to put food on the table sometimes, but she made sure that there was always food on the table, and that made me wanna always be there for you. I just felt loved always, because you always protected us, always made sure that I was safe.
Yeah.
And I knew when I grew up, I had to do the same.
And then I'm proud of you. She went all out, you know. Like she finished school, she finished SPM, and then she went to college. She paid herself to university. I'm so proud of her. Like every time I see her performing, doing some videos, then I'm like, hey, there's Lavinia! There's Lavinia! So yeah, that's one thing that I always wanted to tell you. I'm always proud of you. Don't cry.
After all the things that we have been through, I can see a major change in you, and I think you have been lovely and thoughtful husband that I thought I lost it.
I also want to thank you for all the time you give me and all the contribution you've made for the family.
Actually, I'm actually quite sad when you got married and moved away. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's so sad.
This first time, it's always like the two of us doing everything together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of weird now. Yeah.
Everybody knows me as this dancer who did this and paid for college and did the whole dance thing. But I don't think I ever told you that you were one of my main inspirations. Dashni was actually like the most amazing dancer ever. This woman could move. Like she had speed like nobody's business. If everybody knew me like way back then, I was 5 steps slower than everyone else.
Wow.
So, what do you wish for each other's future?
Actually, I'm secretly hoping you'll find a boyfriend. Yeah, because I don't know the feeling of having like, oh, brother-in-law. Like, I want to know how is it like. Will I like him? Will I like hate him?
For me, I just wish that you can take good care of yourself, eat on time, even though like you have a lot of works, but you really need to really take care of all this.
Whatever you do, you're happy as long as you're happy. Yeah.
I want her to have the best, like the best of the best. There's so many parts of my life that I wouldn't want Lavinia to go through. So like if she's getting married, I want it to be the right one. If she's falling in love, I want it to be the right one. She's going to get a job, I want it to be the right one. So yeah, we just want the best lah. I think we all want the best, right, for our friends.
For your future, I just hope it gets easier. And I think it will because I think you've been making the right decisions.
What any mother would wish for her child's future, that you're happy, healthy and successful. Successful not necessarily in the means of having money or whatever. Successful that you've got what you want.
I hope that your kids don't give you too much of a headache. I have a lot of hope for them. Like I feel like I hope they blossom into these beautiful people that you want them to be because you do such a good job.
Please look at each other and say I love you now.
I feel like in an Asian family, Chinese family, we rarely say, we never say I love you to each other.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you.
I do love you, darling.
I do love you.
Oh my God.
I love you.
I love you. Can.
We love each other.
Yes.
I love you.
I love you.
It's so funny.
I love you.
I love you.
We have a surprise for you.
This is so good.
The durian in my mouth.
Yeah, I smell it.
I taste it.